What's up guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. This video is going to be the top reasons, the 3 reasons why you should not start investing before you watch this video. I know a lot of you guys are beginners and to the investing world and don't know pretty much what investing is, or you've heard of it on social media, you've seen people talk about crypto, you've seen people talk about stocks, but you don't know exactly what those things are. So I'm here today to tell you, do not start investing until you have these 3 things down pat. The first one is understanding that before you start investing, before you even think about opening a brokerage account, I would even say a Roth IRA account, even though I'm opposed to it, but before you even open a Roth IRA account, before you even open a personal brokerage account, you need to have an emergency savings fund. What is an emergency savings fund? So the same way you're saving money inside your bank account, your Bank of America bank account, your Chase, Wells Fargo, Suncoast, whatever bank that you have currently, and you have a savings account that's open and you're saving money in that, the difference between having an emergency savings fund in a savings account that's Bank of America or Chase, and then having it in an emergency savings fund where the savings account is generating you 3.4 APY per year, there's a big difference, because now you're actually getting better returns for saving your money. This type of savings account is called a high yield savings account. This is where you should be having your emergency savings fund. So when you ask me what an emergency savings fund is, an emergency savings fund is kind of like, think about it as like a nest. You know how birds, they have their nests, their eggs are in there when they give birth, their eggs are inside of the nest. So you're kind of creating that nest for yourself to fall back on. So any expenses, anything that you need, you won't have to sell your investments later, but you'll be able to go back to this emergency fund that you've created already. Because in the beginning, you've already started creating this emergency fund, and now you're able to take out of that money instead of selling your investments to use your investment money. But now you already have this emergency savings fund. So you ask me, how much money should you probably have in your emergency savings fund? I would say if your expenses are $1,000 or $1,500 per month, I would say 4 times that. So 1,500 times 4. That is 6,000, right? You have $6,000. If add up all the total of your expenses, car note, your rent, your gas, however much it is, you times that by 3, times that by 4, and however much it comes out to, that's how much your emergency savings fund should be. The reason I say that is because when, let's say something happens, you get laid off, you lose your job, and something bad in life happens, right? Where you don't have your job anymore and you don't have steady income coming. Well, now this is the opportunity for you to rely on this emergency savings fund. You can now go back to this emergency savings fund and realize, okay, yeah, I've been saving up. This is what I've been saving up for. Rather than having to sell your investments when you actually start investing. But that's the first thing you need to understand about your emergency savings fund. I wouldn't tell you just have 1,000 in your emergency savings fund or 1,500. No, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Hit a goal. So when something happens, you get laid off, or your job tells you, hey, we're sorry, we're letting you go because AI is coming in now. Because that's part of it. AI is going to come in. AI is doing its thing right now. Their companies are finding a way to automate works and let people go. Right? Because what do they want to do? They want to cut. You're kind of an expense to them. Although you're working, but you are an expense because they have to pay you every week, or they have to pay you every 2 weeks. So you're an expense to them. Just think about you times 500, 5,000. So if they can find a way to take AI and replace AI with what you're doing, the jobs that we're doing, people like us are doing, then they're going to do that, because then it helps their growth margins. It helps their revenue and it makes their numbers look better. So before something like that happens to you, and you don't just want to be the person that was not thinking about what could potentially happen to you and you thought your job was safe, don't be that person. Set yourself up with your emergency savings fund, and then with that high yield savings account that you have, right, that's consistently generating income month by month, you'll be able to save that money and use it in any case, in any emergency that happens. Anytime you need that money, you'll be able to use it. The second thing I want you to understand is you need to learn how to invest. That's the main thing. I didn't say start investing, because this video is about not starting yet, but the things to do before you actually start. You need to learn how to invest. Understand basic investing principles. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes and issues that I see in our community is that, yes, we see all these social media gurus pushing out these courses or telling people, yo, go trade, go do this, go do that. But they're not teaching the fundamentals of investing. They're not teaching people how to dollar cost average. They're not teaching people what a regular ETF is. They're not teaching people how to invest in certain stocks or what is a stock even is. A stock is the ownership of a company. So when you buy part of Apple, you're buying a piece of that company. Although how small it is, but you're still buying a piece of it. So when Apple grows, your investments grow. If Apple tanks, your investments tank. But for the most part, you know Apple's going to generate you some good income because Apple is always producing out. Apple always has incentive to create new phones because they're one of the great leaders in that space, and they have incentive to continue making phones, to continue making devices. But you have to understand the principles of investing. Avoid chasing hype, avoid chasing meme coins, avoid chasing crypto coins. The only coin I would probably say to actually maybe believe in is maybe Bitcoin. But before you actually start investing into it, understand what you're doing. I think that's one of the things that people don't go in. They don't go and try and learn whatever it is that they want to do, but they just, because they saw it on social media, that's the first thing that they want to go do is, let me go buy this meme coin because I heard this media influencer say he was buying this coin, or let me go run up on this meme stock because it's pumping right now. But that's the quickest way to lose money, is because you don't understand the basic principles of investing. You don't understand the basic principles of investing, which is probably why you're going to end up losing money. Everybody loses money. In the beginning, everybody loses money. Don't let someone lie to you and tell you they didn't lose money when they first started investing. Because investing, when you invest incorrectly, you're actually investing with your emotions. So every time you put $100 in and then you wake up tomorrow and it's at 70 or 80 because we have this thing that's going on right now that's causing us to be in a downturn. And what do you start thinking in your head? Oh my God, like I'm down $30. Like the 100 I just put in, I'm down 30 now. Like, I should have never listened to whoever I listened to on the internet. So don't be that guy. Don't be that person. Learn before you actually do anything. In life, anything that you do, you have to learn it before you actually start applying it or actually start practicing it, right? But once you learn and once you actually read enough books, fundamental analysis for dummies, technical analysis for dummies. Technical analysis is more for traders, people who like doing day-to-day trades. I wouldn't even advise you to do that, because if you don't understand basic investing, there's no way you should be entering technical trading, day by day or leap trading. There's no reason to. That's one of the mistakes that happened to me. Is I understood investing, right? But then I started to go into the trading game. But then that's a whole different beast. It's a whole nother language. Same way I speak English, someone else speaks English, but then there's this other person who speaks Spanish, or there's another person who speaks French. Investing is kind of the same way. Fundamental analysis is a language. You have to go and learn it. It's not that complicated. If you're someone who's smart and who wants to do the research and who wants to take the time to read the book, you'll learn what fundamental analysis is. Technical analysis is another language. So find these books, Fundamental Analysis for Dummies, Technical Analysis for Dummies. They'll actually be very helpful. And another one is, it's a book written by Benjamin Graham, I think. Yeah, I forgot the title of it. But there's another book by Benjamin. Did I say his name right? Probably. But those are the books that I want you to go read and go do your research before you start investing. The last thing to do before you even start investing now is to slowly start investing. Slowly, over time. So you're not going in just, all the way like you're 1,000, 2,000. No. I want you to slowly and start small. 100 here, 200 there, 300 there, into some ETFs, and see how your money is growing over time. That's how you have to do it. You have to start with money that you can afford to lose. So not your rent money. Don't take your rent money and go invest into an ETF. Don't do that. Don't take your gas money or don't take your car note money and go and invest. Don't make that mistake, because then later you're going to be forced to sell them. You're going to be forced to sell your investments. So start slowly. Open a personal brokerage account, whether it's on Robinhood, whether it's on Fidelity, Vanguard, whatever app it is that you're using, or brokerage. You start, and then start small. Start small. Like when I started all the way back in 2020, I was starting small. 50 here, 60 here, dabble a little. You're going to lose money because you don't know what you're doing. You see you're down, you don't understand why you're down. Then you're going to sell, then you sell for a loss because you invested into a meme coin, but you didn't know, or you invested into a penny stock because you didn't know, or you just invested into a random tech company that they told you to invest in because they said AI is booming. But these are the things that you're going to have to go through, the trials and tribulations. For me to get to where I am right now, I had to go through all of that. Every single one of the things I'm telling you are the mistakes that I made. Hopefully you'll learn from my mistakes, but you also have to go through your own learning curve, right? You also have to go through your own learning curve, because that's how you're just going to learn. That's life. Experience is the best teacher. I can sit here and tell you whatever I want. All right, I could give you all the advice in the world, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be right next to you to tell you, no, don't buy this, don't do that, don't go into this, don't do that, or don't pick this penny stock, don't pick this meme coin. I'm not going to be there to tell you that. That's going to be you with your own mind, with your own, it's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to your own discretion. Like, okay, let me choose this, let me choose that. Then when you start seeing it going down, you're probably like, damn, this investing thing is fake. And you're thinking, damn, I'm going to lose money. Like, I'm losing money. I don't understand why I'm losing money. But in reality, that's not what's happening. It's just the market might be in a downturn. And then some days it's up. And then you're like, you're happy. It's playing with your mood. But if you start to understand the market and understand what causes it to go down, what causes it to go up, then you'll get a better understanding of how things work. So these are the top 3 things that you have to do before you actually start investing. Do not open a personal brokerage account yet, but master these 3 things. Your emergency savings fund. That's the main thing. Emergency savings fund. Then buy a few books on investing, on the fundamentals of investing. Fundamental analysis for dummies. So you understand how stocks work. You understand how ETFs work. So you understand how what an index fund is, a mutual fund. So you understand what a Roth IRA is, a 401k, those different type of investment strategies and terminologies. So you understand them. And the last thing is to start small. That's the biggest thing. Start small. Don't start big. Don't just throw $1,000, $2,000 because some influencer told you that Uber is going up in the next 2 years. It may go up. It may go up. But if you're going to actually invest into Uber, know why you're doing it. And be able to stand 10 toes down on your decision to do that. Because if it doesn't work out and Uber stays flat, and it stays flat, or it goes down, then it goes down. Then what are you going to do? So, start your emergency savings fund. That's the most important. Learn how to invest. I would say for like a month to 6, 7, 8 months. Just learn. I know it gets tedious, it gets annoying, but if you want to make money, you need to learn. The last is start slow. Thank you for watching today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know what type of videos you guys want me to make. And peace.